Good afternoon, everybody. Another true travel story. This one comes from New Delhi, India. I've always felt like I've had a connection with India as my mum was actually born there. She left there when she was about 5 years old, however, to come to Australia. Her parents left India because Gandhi had just been shot and all hell broke loose in India, and they decided to get out of there because there was too much trouble. Anyway, so we were at Bangkok airport. We'd travelled for a month through Thailand, and we were on our way to New Delhi, India. And I remember sitting at the airport with a group of people who we'd met, and we were freaking out a little bit reading about India, all the trouble you could get into in India, especially backpacking, travelling cheaply as we were. Anyway, we arrived at the airport at about 12 o'clock that night in New Delhi, and we had to get a bus to the city, the main part of the city. And we did that and arrived at about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was pretty late. And from there, we had to get a rickshaw to the hotel that we'd read about. So we grabbed two rickshaws. A rickshaw, by the way, is a three-wheeled taxi. Sometimes they're motorized, sometimes there's somebody carrying you. But we got these motorized rickshaws, and we were traveling along, and all of a sudden our rickshaw ran out of petrol, and the driver, he ducked off into a dark alley, and we were freaking out a little bit, like, what are we doing in this dark alley? But it was okay. We got out, paid him a little bit of money, and went to find our friends in the other rickshaw. We did find them, but they'd been stopped by a policeman who was actually taking the rickshaw's driver's money. He was robbing the rickshaw driver, which is a bit of a surprise. That sort of thing doesn't happen in Australia. So from there, we grabbed another rickshaw for us, and they continued in their rickshaw to the hotel which we'd read about. And we got to the hotel, and it wasn't what we thought it was going to be like. The guys running the place were trying to charge us a lot of money because I think they thought, well, it's very late in the night, these guys need a place to stay. And I ended up getting quite upset with them in the end because they were trying to rip us off. They were trying to take our money unfairly. And I actually swore at one of the guys, said, "This is bullshit, mate." And he said, "Bullshit?" Which is a bad word to use in India because of the cow being sacred. Anyway, we had to get out of there as quick as we could. And so we found another place in the book. We thought we'd go there. And we got there. We thought, great. But there was a guy up the front. He was directing everyone down the road to another hotel. So we thought, okay, we'll go down to the other hotel. And we got there, and by that stage, we didn't care. We just wanted somewhere to sleep. So we slept there, and that was fine. Had some sleep, but I remember waking up in the morning, which is a real shock because I could just hear this noise, and I'm thinking, what is this noise? It was like beep 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 ba 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 ba, and this just chaos. And so I realized that it was just the city, the noise of the city. It was crazy. It was so noisy. I'd never experienced anything like that before. So that was a shock. And the second thing was a bit of a shock was the woman who was sleeping in a bed not too far from me. When I looked at her, I thought, oh my God, she looks so sick. And it really scared me about India. And also two guys I met a little bit later that morning, they told me they were only eating at Wimpy Burgers. Wimpy Burgers is like a fast food chain, and they were too scared to eat anything else. So yeah, they were only eating at this one place. And also another shock was that we found out later that the guy outside of the second hotel who was directing everyone to the hotel that we ended up staying at, he didn't actually work for that hotel. That hotel actually had places there, but he worked for the final hotel that we ended up staying with, and it was a trick. He was directing everyone to the hotel that he worked for so that they could get people to stay there. So that was the introduction to India. Pretty amazing. And things only got more interesting from there. Okay, thanks guys. It's enough for now. Have a great day. Take care. See you later, Mark. Bye.